A fixed fight. A thumb on the scale. Apartheid or Jim Crow laws. We all know what's fair and unfair. Even children do. It has to do with a level playing field. Yet today, the poorer half of the world's population owns the same amount of wealth as the richest 85 people on our planet. In recent years, as economies of many poor countries grew, we've had a unique opportunity to even things up. But this rising tide did not lift all boats. Most of the money went to those at the top, and the poor got very little. It doesn't have to be this way. We can eliminate extreme poverty in our lifetime by fighting inequality. We've already made real progress. Since 1990, the number of people in the world living in poverty has dropped from 2 billion to 1 billion. But inequality is like a strong current regulated by a dam. Imagine that people working to overcome poverty are trying to swim or wade upstream to reach a calmer shore. The greater the inequality, the harder they must work. So, while the number of poor people has dropped to 1 billion, that number could have been closer to zero if we had done more to reduce inequality. To understand the cost of this in human terms, Oxfam looked closely at two countries that have struggled with poverty and have both had high levels of inequality. Here's what we found. In South Africa, inequality is rising. If this continues, nearly 3 million South Africans working against the force of inequality could be swept into the ranks of the poor in the next 5 years. But in Brazil, the government has taken steps so that inequality is now falling. If this trend continues, 7.4 million Brazilians could rise out of poverty in the next 5 years. That's 7.4 million more people who can feed their families, earn a living, and send their kids to school. These are more than compelling numbers. These are human lives. We could be the generation to end poverty if we tackle extreme inequality. Together, we can even it up.